Hey everyone, welcome to From the Depths. I'm Menti, and this is episode 215 of the Battleship Brawl Season 3 tournament. This episode we've got the HMS Albionic by Albion going up against the CS12 Mark 5 by Slain. Now it's interesting to note here that both of these vessels are at 4.5 lives, but the Albionic also is at 9 battles, so it's going into the Hall of Fame after this, the Hall of Champions. And have to get voted, Hall of Beauty voted into the Hall of Fame. But no matter what happens, the Albionic's going into the Hall of Champions. And if the CS12 Mark 5 is victorious, it will join the Albionic in the Hall of Champions. So let's go ahead and get this fight underway. The Albionic is no slouch of an opponent, but I mean, neither is the CS12 Mark 5. It's currently undefeated. Its first 3 battles, it just kind of stormed over its opponents, heading straight for the Hall of Fame, or the, dang it, I did it again, Hall of Champions. Ooh, Albionic missing with its initial volley, almost completely, but that secondary volley came in, landed some hits. Let's go check on the Albionic. It's taken some pretty hefty damage to its side there. So far, nothing. Excuse me. So far, nothing critical hit, but it won't be long before that changes. It keeps taking hits to that same area because there is a gun in there. The CS12 Mark 8 is not doing so hot either. They're both getting pounded down pretty heavily. CS12 Mark 5, not Mark 8, but is at 85%, while the Albionic is at 90%. But now the CS12 is turning and putting its undamaged side towards its opponent, which will help mitigate some damage and let the other side repair. Albionic down to 83.8%. Oh yeah, see, that gun got taken out because it kept getting hammered in the same area, and it's almost gotten sawed in half. Barely got some blocks holding on the... Oh man, there's like one layer of metal right there holding the Albionic together, and it will not survive if it loses that. There's no way it'll still have enough hit points to be alive. Front gun took some hits. So far is looks like it only took barrel damage. Wow, those shells looked like they were kind of scattered all over the place, but no, they homed in pretty well. Oh, that frontal gun took another hit. It may be disabled at this point. Oh, after that hit, definitely. Oh, that hit looked like it hit right in the neck. Oh, but there's heavy armor. So it held up. Albionic is definitely getting wailed on, though. Had another turret pop. And that turret's not going to last much longer. It keeps taking hits. Nope, there it goes. Albionic down to 64.3% health. Oh, and having some serious issues staying afloat and upright. The CS12 Mark 5 has burned through almost all of its resources on repairs. And it's still at 87%, so I think it's that repair rate on the CS12 Mark 5 that is deciding this battle. Because the fact that it's still below 90% despite burning through almost the entirety of its resources. Uh-oh. Is that a despawn? Oh, yep, 2 damaged. The Albionic is 2 damaged. Oh, it got sawed in half. That the back part broke off, and then it became 2 damaged, and now it's going to despawn. And that is it. So the CS12 Mark 5 broke the Albionic's back and healed itself back up to 92% before it ran out of materials. Very powerful vessel here. Definitely earned its place in the Hall of Champions. so yeah, we've got a double retirement here, so I'm going to do a quick cut. We'll go over the Albionic first, since it is the what's the word? Not superior, it's been around longer. Seniority! It's the senior vessel. I don't know why I couldn't think of that word. Anyway, so we'll do a quick cut, look at the Albionic, then we'll cut again and look at the CS12 Mark 5. Alright, so yeah, be right back. Alright everyone, here we are. This is the HMS Albionic by Albion, which is a rather nice looking vessel. I like the way it looks. Got these little AA guns here up front and everything. Whole bunch of, you know, drive shafts in the back. It's a nice looking vessel overall. I like it. But, let's see. Oh, I got put in one of these chairs. Where is the... There it is. I knew there was a chair for controlling the vessel. It didn't put me in that one when I teleported to it. Anyway, so here we go. Checking out the initial speed first of all. Definitely not one of the faster ships in the tournament at only 14 meters per second. I mean, I know for a battleship that's pretty fast, but for this tournament, that's you know, 14 meters per second out of a max speed of 22 is not the greatest. So let's go ahead and see how she turns. Ooh, cool. Kind of sluggishly. Because she's going so slow, the radius isn't that big, but it takes a while for her to get around him. It's not terrible, but it's not great either. Yeah, it's passable, just like the speed is passable. So overall maneuverability of the vessel, passable. Not great, not bad. It's decent. Okay. So we'll go ahead and bring her to a stop, and then let's go ahead and check out the armaments here. Or armaments, I meant armor. And it seems like we've got a bit of spaced armor on the outside. There's a little bit of spaced armor here. Got this this bulge coming out, which is just some spaced armor, help negate the reach of explosive weapons. And probably also mess with time after impact fused shells. Oh, it still has spaced armor back here. It's just, well, it's just space. It's not really space armor, it's just space. Well, okay, let's go out here to the widest point. This is... Check out. So we've got stone, wood, another... Oh, wait. Is that actually a space? Yeah, that's actually an open space. So we got stone, wood, and then heavy armor square corners there with backed by metal. I'm not entirely... This armor scheme doesn't really make much sense to me. I mean, the spaced armor, yeah, but why would you not... just make this one block thinner, and then have the metal on the outside here, then the stone, then the wood, then the heavy armor. That seems like it would be a stronger armor combination than wood-backed stone and metal-backed heavy armor. Like, even just flipping this around so that it's wood on the outside, stone on the inside, would make it just overall stronger. Because this wood is adding no, you know, it's adding no AC whatsoever, really. I don't know, I could be wrong on that. because the stone does have a lot more hit points, so it has a lot more hit points. I mean, 1320 versus, you know, 720. So adding probably like 2 AC to it probably actually, now that I think about it, probably gives more effective health than having the wood on the other side. Because adding the, like, what does stone have? It has 5 AC, 5 armor. Yeah. Like having the wood on the outside, you're probably getting more effective health out of adding the, like, 2 AC to stone rather than 3 AC to wood. That's actually probably better there. Though this air gap here, I'm not entirely... Like, this one block air gap isn't really going to help you any against cram shells. You would have been better off having this heavy armor up against both of these, and then that would make this stone a lot stronger. So I'm not a fan of this air gap. Like, I mean, like right here, there is no gap. Probably because the ship it's not as wide here, so there's not as much space. See, this is a lot stronger. But then again, right in here, where I was looking, oh no, there's a gun right here that is covered by this gap. So I feel like this is a flaw in the armor design right here. This air gap. Oh, the ammunition's kind of up on poles, separated out by 3 blocks so they won't detonate one another. No chain reactions, which is smart. And I'm guessing there's like, this is like, oh no, this actually has armor as well. See, it's got metal, wood, and heavy armor, and then metal. And then it looks like there's actual armor on the turret, on the inside of the compartment there. So that's interesting. I mean, this won't add any AC, but so like this is sort of how I would expect the armor to go on the whole ship, but it's on this underside part, which honestly isn't going to get hit much. The ship is going to take hits mostly, you know, from the waterline up. You're not really going to get hit on this underside part as much, at least initially. You know, once this gets blown up here, then you'll be able to hit the lower parts, but at that point you're coming in from the top, not the side, so stacking the armor that in this direction doesn't really help. But it is stacking it up upwards. So this deck right here is stone, 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 stone. Is a whole bunch of stone, basically, thick. So it makes the deck armor really strong. So that is definitely a plus. Until you get over here, and then the deck armor is... Well, it's a heavy armor square corner. Is this part of the turret? Nope, that's part of the deck. It's the neck. So this is actually good. A good thing here, though. Really, if a shell is going to hit this area, it's most likely going to hit either this slope block here on the hull, in which case, since the shell would basically be detonating either here or here, in one of these two spots. It cannot draw line of sight to the turret base, so this turret will be immune to the damage. But if it hits up here, what it's going to do is that explosion is going to detonate, say, like right here, and it's going to come down here, phase through the deck because because since it hit a sub-object, it ignores the deck armor, and then just blow this neck off. Well, there is... Well, no, because we're not on the sub-object. But there is some armor on the neck of the turret itself. But like right here, that explosion will be able to come in and get straight to this connection piece if it were to hit on the side here, or even up here. The only place is if it hit on the upper part of the turret, like right here, then it wouldn't be able to, because like if its detonation location would be here, so if it goes down this way, it can't come back this way and go inside. But if it hits here, basically if it hits this block or this block, it can just kind of wrap around and annihilate things. More or less. I don't know why I went off on a tangent on the explosive rules there. And this is just more heavy armor square corners, which will stand up against explosive rounds, but you know, won't do anything against armor penetrating rounds. You know, APAG hybrid rounds will just go right through that. Got an alloy superstructure here, which does look nice. I will give it that. These are some thick railings, though. And yeah, so that more or less covers the armor. So now to look at the guns. They all seem to be, well, nope, there's triple barrel 2-meter. Wow, those have a really long reload time. Or these outer ones do 20 seconds, and then the middle one is 17.53. Looks like some ammo boxes got shared improperly between those. 15.86, yep, for all of those. These are also 2-meter guns. 15.86 is a pretty fast reload time for 2-meter shells. And they are mostly explosive damage. Do they have any... They have no hardening boxes, so that's just because they're 2-meter shells. They have 6.9k. No fuses. But it has some fragments in it, so that's interesting. We'll go ahead and pull these... Well, that's the only gun that is the triple barrel, or is this one in the middle here a triple barrel as well? Does it have the same timing issue on its shot? Yes, it does. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and I'll pull this this turret off, and we'll take it over to my weapon test platform here. Oops, I'm in the wrong folder. Duh. And we will try and find the... There's the 1-axis turret. Now we can put this guy down. Let's pop over to the weapon test platform. And we will give it a fire at the, well, actually first, let's... Oh, it's not rotating. Why is it... Oh, there it goes. Well, I missed the reload there. Oh, staggered fire. Nice. They've got the delays set so they stagger. It's probably not rotating because I had the aim too high, so it couldn't actually aim there. So it didn't bother rotating. But we'll go ahead and fire off a shell first, see what the numbers are. 6,927 kinetic damage with 12,000 explosive. So same kinetic damage because there's no hardeners. So, you know, it doesn't get packed any. 165 fragments, 12,000 explosive, and a 35.8 meter radius. Alright. So since these have no penetration capabilities, they're not really going to do a whole lot to the... Why is this not rotating now? What are you doing, turret? Turret, stop. Unselected here. Why is it turning to face that way? What are you doing? Face this way. Face this way. What are you doing? It is not responding to my controls properly. I don't know what is going on. It's like it doesn't want to turn to the left. Oh, I bet you it has a firing restriction or something. No, because this was a, this is a gun that could face both directions on this ship, but it doesn't want to rotate to the left. It wants to go all the way around in order. It doesn't want to face straight forward, is what it is. Well, I guess I can't really fire it at the target if it won't aim at the target. But isn't that the direction it faces when it's... Or did I place it backwards, maybe? I don't know. Let's see what it does. Well, you know what I can do? So I can come in here to the turret, and I can disable the firing constraints, so the dang thing will aim where I want it to. Alright, so clear out the barrels. And I'm pretty sure I already know what's going to happen with this. It's going to hit that armor. It's going to shred the metal spaced armor bits on the outside and probably destroy the platform underneath, causing it to sink, but it won't do anything to the heavy armor behind it. It didn't completely destroy the platform, but it did knock out some of the blocks down here. But, it did more or less nothing to the heavy armor behind it. Those blocks got repaired because I forgot to turn off my tentacles. Yeah, I was expecting it to destroy the entirety of these blocks and make this part fall off. But, those are high explosive shells for you. Heavy armor kind of just laughs at them. So yeah, that's going to be it for our look at the Albionic here, folks. If you think... Oh, she's driving away. Whatever. If you think the Albionic deserves a place in the Hall of Beauty, go ahead and upvote the comment down below that says to induct it. If you don't, upvote the comment that says don't. Simple as that. We're going to go ahead and do another cut here, and I'm going to take a look at the... oh, shoot. Who else was retiring? I've forgotten. Oh, the CS12 Mark 5, right. Alright, so, yeah. Go ahead and do a quick cut here. I'll be right back. Okay, folks, so here we are. This is the CS12 Mark 5 by Slain. Is entering the Hall of Champions. Compared to the Albionic, has a lot less to look at. It's got a lot more guns, but it doesn't have any turret caps. It's just the firing piece above the deck. Doesn't really have any superstructure. Just has a little bit of sloping here, just to armor up the guns that have to be above the deck level, so that they don't clip. So yeah, not a lot to look at. It looks like I'm gonna have to place in a chair, vehicle controller, and yeah. Alright, so let's see how fast this baby goes. Ooh, very quick vessel. Oh yeah, very quick. It's over 21 meters per second. Very, very fast. Combined with its low profile, thanks to having a low freeboard, that's gonna make it pretty difficult to hit. Let's see how she turns. Feels a little sluggish. Well, no, not really. The radius is kind of high, but you can see the weapon test platform there. It's a little jittery in how it handles the turns, but it's not bad. Definitely within acceptable ranges there. So it's got some it can turn pretty well too. It doesn't have a great turning radius, but it's got a decent one. It can make the turns pretty quick. So overall maneuverability above average. It's pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. Let's go ahead and bring her to a stop here, so I can go ahead and dive right into the armor, which I imagine this thing is just a big brick. Yep, we've got wood. Oh, so it's all their triangle corners, but turned so that they have their flat side outwards, so they look like beams. So 3 layers of wood, 4 layers of stone, 2 layers of metal, and then we're on the other side going just a whole bunch of wood. This thing, yeah, is literally just a solid brick of metal, or solid brick of armor. A lot of it is wood, but, oh, and here we go. Here's some open space. So where was that? That was solid brick. Like, just a solid brick. I guess by these secondaries? Yeah, I guess doing that would attract more fire to that area and keep it off of the main guns. Let's see how these main guns are armored. So they've got just a single layer of metal around them, then a bunch of open space, metal, 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of stone, 3 layers of wood. Okay, so they're just lacking this extra layer of stone. Actually, why? Oh, is that? Oh, okay. So that's around the outside of the secondary there. And then this is an interesting little lattice of armor in the back here. Not entirely sure why it's set up like that, but yeah. So the armor is, especially in like this area where it's just a solid brick straight across from one end to the other, there's a lot of blocks, but there's not a lot of metal or heavy armor, so it's not particularly heavy. Like it'll take pretty significant damage. But the CS12 here has a really good repair rate, so it's able to fix those damaged blocks quite quickly. And since they're inexpensive, it can keep that up for quite a while. Hopefully long enough for all those guns up there, because it's got a lot of them. Let me put down a fire control computer here and get an exact number for you. 26 guns. All firing high explosive shells. So yeah, go ahead and I will save this sub-object here. And then we will jump over the weapon test platform, which is still damaged from the Albionic firing on it. Go ahead and repair that up. Alright. Then we'll put this gun in. Oh, I just realized I didn't look at the Tetrising of the Albionic's weapon. Alright, I'll do that here in a second once I'm finished with the... So yeah, wait, those are AP. But they all looked orange when I fired the entire ship's broadside earlier. Those are AP. That's 8,000 kinetic with 50 armor pierce. That's a lot of armor piercing. And 15 wow, that's those are some pretty hefty numbers, especially for so small a turret. What gauge is it? 1868. And this is a pretty compact turret. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7x7 turret. I'm guessing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, 7x7. It's pretty tall, though. That's a very tall gun. But anyway, what kind of fuses does it have? Where are the fusing boxes? Here they are. Here's one of them. Just penetration depth, it looks like. Yep, both of them just plain penetration depth. Okay, so let's go ahead and clear the barrels. And I'm going to fire this at the target, and we'll see what's going to happen. I imagine it'll probably destroy the first layer of heavy armor. You know, a couple pieces of it. Oh, no, not quite. It did not knock out any of the heavy armor blocks. I mean, it is double layer heavy armor, so that's pretty expected. But it did do quite a bit of damage. But I mean, overall, it looks like it kind of did the same amount of punch that the quad-barreled explosive turrets of the Albionic did. Oh, and I just realized I overwrote the... oh well. So, yeah, this has been a pretty long episode, folks. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. If you think the CS12 Mark 5 deserves to be inducted into the Hall of Beauty, go ahead and, upvote that comment down below. Upvote the one that says that says do not induct it if you don't think it deserves it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the battlefield.